What's up, guys? It's Ben from North Carolina. You know, it's been a couple weeks since I've been in the air, but everything looks like it's aligning for this morning, so come join me on this flight. A lot of people ask me how I get a video trailing the wing, and people wonder if it's a drone or something else or another pilot. It's actually just this chase cam here, and this one is sold by PPG Smoke. I attach a GoPro or another action camera to the back of it, and there's a little clip here that I just clip onto the wing. As simple as that, and there it is. So when I bought it, the line was actually the perfect length so that it floats behind the wing up and out of the prop wash so it doesn't get jostled around as I'm flying, and does a pretty nice job with the images. Everything seems pretty smooth this morning. I was able to get up on my first attempt there. And now that I'm up, I can see there's just a little bit of a westerly wind and just the slightest bit of turbulence. So I'm actually going to fly to the west. You can tell we've had a lot of rain lately. Everything is bright green. It looks really lush right now. I can see my office building very well. I work in the center city of Charlotte. And yeah, it's been a while. I think it's probably been since March since I've been to that office. And like many other people, I'm working from home right now. I'm looking at water tower and antenna ahead. And I found something interesting the other day. I think it was on the FAA website. You can actually find all obstructions and their GPS coordinates. Okay, so I was getting tossed around at about 400 feet or something like that. So I gained some altitude and found perfectly smooth air. Right now I'm flying over the site of the future home of St. Luke's Church. And I had watched them have this land and let it sit for years and years. And now they've just begun to clear the land, and you can see they're really making a lot of headway in terms of the grading and the preparation of the site. And they even have one structure built down below. I can see a pad for another structure. So I think that's got to be super encouraging for the people of that church who have kind of put together the funding to see that begin to come together after many years. So pretty impressive. Guys, while I'm doing this, reach down and tap that subscribe button so that you can join me on my next flight. So I'm about 5 miles closer to the city of Charlotte than I typically fly. I'm still within the altitude restrictions that I'm allowed to fly, but pretty cool view. I can also see the town of Mint Hill below. And in the distance, I see a huge antenna. It's probably the same altitude I am right now. Pretty neat. We can take a look at that together. I thought this was pretty cool. You can look at the FAA website for obstacle data. And they say that there's an obstacles team that investigate and evaluate existing obstacles that may be hazardous to safe flight navigation. You can actually click on a digital obstacle file here, so I can see all these different types of towers and antennas, etc. And I was looking at an extremely tall antenna, so let me say over 500 feet. I just grabbed the coordinates here. This is a 590-foot antenna. It's right here. It's the WEZC FM radio, and that's 590 feet tall. But what's interesting is right next to it is another antenna that's even taller than the 590 feet. In fact, if you keep going, this thing is actually listed on that same database, a 1,393 foot obstacle. Either stay as far away or fly as close as your comfort level allows. It's pretty amazing at times when I'm flying like this. It almost feels like it's not real, like I'm just in a dream. Okay, so we gained some pretty good altitude and got over a wooded area. And now I can see my farm, my LZ below, and a number of fields. So I'm tempted to kind of fly down low and check out all the crops, which really look awesome right now. But also thinking about how I've had this super smooth air up high, but got bounced around a little bit at a lower altitude. So I'm just going to kind of test that air and see how comfortable I am as I come down to a lower altitude and see what I'll be comfortable with. I also see Goose Creek Airport over by the Charlotte National Golf Course there. Just looking for any aircraft in the area. I haven't seen any this morning. Yeah, super peaceful. Okay, so I'm just going to get ready for my landing here. Just kind of trying to line it up and find the right altitude. I'll try to come in over the fields and not the lake. Yeah, you can feel where those bumps start. It's actually a cooler layer of air, which is probably the inversion layer, which is why we see fog in the area. And it may be that I just need to break through it. Checking a little bit of a surge there. Yeah, man, success. Yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm learning every time I fly. Alright guys, well that was a lot of fun. You know, I hadn't been in the air in a couple weeks, and I was hopeful that I didn't have to knock off any rust there, but everything was smooth. The wind came right up and the launch was perfect. I was glad to be up there and start my morning that way. So guys, thanks for coming out and joining me on this flight. Make sure to come back and check out my next one.